December 22nd, 2025, National Aviation Weather Impacts. We start on the west coast where a strong Pacific jet and a moisture-rich atmospheric river remain the primary national driver. Northern and Central California, including the Bay Area and Central Valley, continue to see periods of steady to occasionally heavy rain today, resulting in widespread wet runways, reduced braking action, and intermittent MVFR to localized IFR ceilings and visibilities. Embedded heavier bands can briefly lower conditions further, especially during peak arrival and departure windows. Coastal pressure gradients are tightening, bringing gusty onshore winds that may complicate approaches and surface operations. In the Sierra and higher terrain, accumulating snow and terrain-induced obscuration remain operational concerns. Southern California is also unsettled, with scattered showers, lower ceilings, and variable winds tied to the same synoptic system. Across the Great Basin, Rockies, and adjacent high plains, a pronounced ridge east of the Pacific Trough supports dry conditions but promotes strong downslope and gradient-driven winds, particularly near the Front Range and favored gap regions. Expect mechanical turbulence in the lee of terrain, occasional low-level wind shear near terminals, and gusty surface winds despite generally VFR ceilings. The northern and southern plains, Midwest, and Great Lakes are largely under surface high pressure. Conditions are predominantly VFR with dry air and limited cloud cover. Daytime mixing supports occasional gusty winds, but ceilings, visibility, and precipitation impacts are minimal. Winds aloft remain strong enough to support light to occasionally moderate turbulence near jet level, though organized weather hazards are limited. Across the Deep South and Gulf Coast, ridging aloft maintains warm, stable conditions. Morning fog or low stratus may briefly affect select inland and coastal terminals early, but most locations improve quickly to VFR. Moisture remains shallow and organized convection is not a factor today. Florida and the Atlantic South remain influenced by persistent east to northeast, low-level flow between high pressure to the north and weaker troughing to the south. Breezy surface winds affect both coasts, with occasional passing showers near Atlantic terminals. Ceilings largely remain VFR, but localized reductions are possible in coastal showers and during early morning periods. In the mid-Atlantic and northeast, dry air and weak high pressure dominate much of the day. Increasing mid and high clouds arrive from the west, but ceilings remain VFR for most terminals. Winds are generally light, with limited turbulence concerns. Valley fog potential increases late tonight, especially away from major metro areas.